been all out by India in 19 overs. Rishabh Pant, the highest with 42. 3 wickets from Naseem and Haris Rauf. 2 from Mohammad Amir. 1 run out and 1 wicket by Shaheen Afridi. Should we be worried? Maybe. There is optimism, perhaps. We are joined by Nikhil also from Nassau County Stadium. Nikhil, from all the hype and all the build-up that you've seen, 120 target, looking at the past of Nassau County, do you think it gives you a bit of optimism, or do you think India are woefully under par?
No, I mean, where you are at the moment, if I'm a Pakistani supporter, if I'm part of the Pakistani contingent, this is what I would want. If you would ask me at toss that you're going to be chasing 120, would you take it? I'd take it, 7 days a week. And I think that's exactly what Pakistan has got. Also, you need to look at it slightly differently to the last game that was played on the same strip. I'm not going to be looking at the same ground, because on the ground you've seen different kind of pitches. This is the exact same pitch that was used for the South Africa game. I agree, a lot of people might look at that and say, listen, that was a rather low scoring encounter, so that will give India much hope. I don't think so. From here, if Pakistan are to play to potential and not shoot themselves on the foot, then they should win this game. There can only be one winner from here. I'll tell you why I say that, because this pitch wasn't as bad as some of the pitches that we've seen in New York so far. For one thing, there wasn't any ball that was shooting up. You remember there were a few deliveries, especially when India played, that were really shooting up. So that wasn't happening. Having said that, I agree, it's still not an Wankhede pitch or Eden Gardens pitch that we got during the IPL. So not a big scoring ground. But if I was to sum up India's approach, and I think that was the problem today, India were batting on this pitch, aiming at 190, forgetting that this is not the IPL. This is a 150 pitch. If India put a 150 here on this pitch against this Pakistani batting lineup, which can be vulnerable at times, then that would be been a winning total. 120, not quite. Now, all that Pakistan need to do is not commit harakiri, play conventional cricket, and we should have it. Unless there is an outstanding spell by a Jasprit Bumrah or a Mohammad Siraj or something like that, I don't see any other team other than Pakistan winning. And that, I think, is where you need to look at their approach. You started with that aggressive approach. And if you look at all the wickets that have fallen, all that tells you is that the ball is still not coming onto the bat. It's holding up a bit. If you saw the wickets falling, anyone who tried to clear skied it and got caught. Let's take all dismissals one by one. Rohit Sharma, on a given day, on a good pitch at the Wankhede, that similar shot would have gone for a 6. Why did it not go for a 6? Why did it go sky up and then be caught in the boundary? Because the ball got stuck in the pitch a little bit more, comes onto the back fractionally late, and that takes the ball higher up. Ditto for Virat Kohli. Another day, that particular shot would have gone over, but because it took that extra, millisecond to get to the bat, he finds the fielder, majority of the batters. And see, when you had an Akshar Patel, when you had a Rishabh Pant, both of whom can clear very easily, they're stroke makers, there was a period of play where they were struggling, right? My only point is, okay, you came into this match with an idea of stamping your authority. This is the criticism that comes against the Indian team, that you percentage fit. You want to take that. Rohit Sharma has said you want to take that. All that is fine. But today you started playing and you realized, or maybe you lost a couple of wickets, you realized that this is not the kind of pitch to aim for 200 and keep attacking even though you're batting delayed. You needed to change that approach slightly. Unfortunately, that hasn't happened. What that tells me is that every Indian batter was told that, listen, come what may, you have to keep attacking, you have to keep attacking. We have a low batting lineup. We keep attacking, and if we don't get to 180, 190, that's not good enough. So we have to do that. Unfortunately, what has done is that which a different approach could have taken you to 150, 60 with total. It's got you some 20, 30 runs short of that. And I think it should be easy chase for Pakistan.
I mean, just to sum up Nikhil's point, look at the shots that everybody played. Nothing was there on the pitch Rohit Sharma shot. Look at Virat Kohli chasing a wide delivery. Gave me Dushmanta Chamira vibes in IPL 2022. Chasing a wide delivery and giving a catch to point. Rishabh Pant tried and tried and tried with that reverse sweep. He tried. I think he did 10 of them, and I think middle just 1 or 2. Maybe. So he also fell to a bad shot. Akshar Patel, okay, he got bowled, but then the kind of shot that he was attempting in that quest to be aggressive, I think that was a bad shot. Nothing to do with the pitch. All the 4 I mentioned, nothing to do with the wicket. Shivam Dube.
No, Siddharth, just one thing. While I agree with you that they played not the right shot, not the shot that you should have played, but I think the pitch did play a role. I'm saying that same shot with Rohit Sharma, just picture a situation. You're playing at Wankhede, you're playing at Eden Garden, same delivery, same bowler. Rohit times it, goes for a 6. Picture the shot that Virat Kohli played. Good pitch, you time it. However, I agree with you that the blame still lies with the batter, not with the pitch. The pitch really wasn't that pitch where the ball comes onto the bat. So you're an experienced batter. What do? You reconfigure, you figure out that this is not the pitch that I can be playing these kind of shots. So you change your approach. Or even with that, if I was to even give them the benefit of the doubt that okay, the openers came with this idea, or the top 2-3 came with this idea. But once you realize that a Rohit Sharma bread and butter shot is getting out because the pitch is playing its role, or a Virat Kohli bread and butter shot is getting out, the others that follow can't have that same, blinkers on sort of an approach that come what may, I don't care, I'm going to keep batting like that. It's not going to work on this pitch. It is not going to work. See, even for a Rishabh Pant and an Akshar Patel, as I said, they're stroke makers. Why is it that they were not being able to hit? Because they are not used to these
slowish deck.
Yeah.
It is holding on to the pitch a bit more. Change that.
Yep, so that is the thing. Everybody struggled, and your 8 batters, look at what has happened. The top scorers 42, only 3 guys have gotten into double digits.
That also we know how those 42 came about.
Exactly. But 7-3, 7-0. Those from number 4 to number 8.
5 you mean, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, from Surya Kumar Yadav, I'm saying. Yeah, from 5 till 8. What depth are you talking about?
No, the depth wasn't the problem. The problem was a lack of adaptability. And ironically, this is the kind of pitch where India could have played 2022 or 2021 style cricket and no one would have batted an eyelid.
Measured cricket.
Exactly. You needed
cricket,
measured cricket on this kind of a pitch. This is not, Wankhede or a Chinnaswamy or even Eden Gardens of 2024. It's not that kind of a pitch at all. You needed to play sensible cricket. You needed to get 160. 150 I think would have been par. 160 was I think winning. But you just ended up giving away too many wickets. And again, I'll give some credit to the Pakistanis as well, because again, I think their plans were very, very good. Couple of those dismissals were clearly very obviously planned. Jadeja, Pandya,
Rohit, Hardik,
all of them.
Fielders
They were all
placed
well
exactly where the shots were hit.
Correct.
Yep. And there was a plan in the power play, which is where they got those few wickets at the start and then at the death as well. Look how meticulous they were with their plans. Even though we first thought that Naseem Shah delivery probably slowed a bit down or was a cutter that he bowled to Ravindra Jadeja, but it wasn't the case.
not held.
Yeah.
It didn't
Exactly. But you had a fielder in place exactly for that shot.
Yes.
So good execution by the bowler, very good on the fielder as well, knowing what the plan was, expected it, and that's how the innings played out.
No, and one more breaking news. Pakistan fielded and caught well. What happened in the USA game?
Early on, remember they dropped Pant, they gave Pant a couple of lives.
Couple of chances
But other
of
than that,
consecutive
yes,
balls.
they
So
got
one of
well.
the slips required a better effort.
Yes.
I'm not saying it was a 100% catchable affair that time, but the time I think it was Usman who went chasing the ball and was running backwards when he topped the catch.
Yeah.
That was a difficult one.
Still, for 80 to 90% of the time, Pakistan's fielding was spot on. I mean, the 1-4 that Shadab Khan saved.
That was brilliant.
So
fielding.
basically, had Pant been caught, India's total might well have been below 100.
Or just
But
about.
that's where, I just have a question for all of you, and we can start with Nikhil here. That I personally like the promotion of Akshar Patel because the strategy, what I feel is that would have been that he could probably be the best bet to counter the 2 left-arm pacers of Pakistan, which are Shaheen Afridi and Mohammad Amir. but with the kind of inconsistent form that Suryakumar Yadav, Shivam Dube and Ravindra Jadeja have shown, specifically, you know, batting form with respect to both Dube and Jadeja and even Suryakumar in the since the IPL, do you really think that, you know, it's a cause of concern for India?
There are a lot of cause for concerns, and I'll address them one by one. But I agree with you that at the moment when Akshar Patel came out to bat, I was sitting in the press box, and I did think that that was a good enough move. Yes, initially did not look really good with Mohammad Amir bowling those dot deliveries. You know, when pitching on good length, he was missing a few drives. But then you realize, see, that's what I'm saying. That's when I started to realize that maybe the pitch isn't that conducive to stroke making. See, even Rishabh Pant, some of those shots against spinners, where he takes his left leg out and then tonks it over mid-wicket, is bread and butter for Rishabh Pant. He wasn't able to do that. A couple of balls actually could not even cross the 30-yard circle. So those were enough indications at that time that, listen, it's not a pitch where you can play your strokes. This is a pitch where you have to do good running, you know, single to two. That's what you need to do. This is a pitch where you have to grind it out, wait for a very bad delivery, wait for a boundary, wait for opportunities to get a few edges like the Indian got, and then ride on your luck from there. I tell you what, look at Pakistan's batting. That's their weak area. They've already lost the game under pressure. This is a must-win game for them. Today, you put 150 on board. I tell you, Pakistan lost even before they come out to bat. 150 plus, they are panicking.
Yep.
Are they panicking now? No. But that thought process wasn't there to begin with and on a pitch like that. See, if you were playing in Barbados, you're playing in St. Lucia, you can agree to do that. That's why I say you need, like when you say horses for courses, and okay, fine, Indian team has decided we have to have this approach. Great. That's the approach that has hurt you in previous games. Great. But you cannot not be mindful of the conditions. You cannot ignore them completely. I think that's what the Indian team did. The other problems, I completely agree with you. I think Suryakumar Yadav, you expected him to also, you know, in that situation where he came out to bat, shoulder some responsibility. He's an experienced player, and there is this criticism against him that, listen, come the big game, he's not firing. So this is another chance for him to show you know, everyone who doubts him that, listen, even on a day where he needs to grind it out in a big game, he can do that. Shivam Dube, I think the biggest talk in the press box was, and they happened to cut to Rinku Singh sitting in the stand, is that it's unfortunate that Rinku Singh is sitting. Now, I listen, I don't want to be a fair weather fan. I don't want to be any of those YouTubers that, you know, starts after the team, after one game, one knock not happening, or anybody, you know, who starts cheering on the team with one win and brings them down after another loss. I don't want to do that. But if you've seen our coverage, you know we maintained this for a long time, that you said you're not going to pick players on IPL form, but Dube was exactly that,
Yep.
right? You picked him on IPL form. You want to go for players with consistently doing well and doing well in a certain thing, which is finishing. That is what Rinku Singh was doing. What is he doing? He's sitting in the stands in his t-shirt and jeans because he's not really part of the squad. I mean, these are decisions you took at that time, and these are decisions that you knew may backfire. So those things you haven't worked on. The only thing you've worked on is you've decided, listen, we need to change our approach, because that's the criticism we get. So, you know, in Hindi they say, Lakir ke fakir, decided, that's what we want to do, we'll keep doing it. Doesn't matter what the world is saying, but, you know, that approach may work sometimes. It's not always going to work for you. I'll give you an example of an experience. David Warner, not in good form, right?
Yep.
In a game previous to that, got you a 50, which was a runner ball, or 110 strike rate 50. In the other match, got you a 30 at 180 strike rate. That's where experience is.
Yep.
Okay.
From an experienced batter. And that is exactly what was missing in the Indian team.
Yeah. Lots to talk about, Nikhil. I believe you've got to go indoors as well, inside the stadium, because the match began. 3 runs with the first ball. That's the update from the center to all of those joining us right now as well. We couldn't take all your questions, but we shall be back. Let's just go back, enjoy the action. But Nikhil, before you go, very quickly, defendable for India or not?
Sorry, come again.
I'm saying, hoping that there is a wonder spell from Jasprit Bumrah. He gets assistance from Arshdeep and others as well. Do India have it in them to pull off another miracle, this time in New York?
See, I mean, as I said, there are two ways. One an outstanding spell, but you know, for you to pull off an outstanding spell, sometimes you need assistance from the batter as well. And by that I mean so much pressure. That pressure that you're trying to play a stroke and then you end up giving your wicket. That's not there today. Pakistan doesn't need to do anything. All they need to do, and that actually suits their game, because even Pakistan has come under criticism for not having a good strike rate, right? So it suits their game. Babar, Rizwan, all of them that come into the batting order. Even Fakhr can try and change his game. Even Iftikhar should try and change his game. All you need to do is just stay on. Because one problem that they have is that they have a batter less compared to India. The batting till number 7, some of their batters also haven't been in great form. All of that put together, that's the only worry for Pakistan. No matter how well you bowl. See, again, not a pitch which is giving you double bounce, different sort of bounce. It's not that pitch. Bounce is steady. The only thing it's stopping up, you look at Ravindra Jadeja's dismissal when he gets out to Ahmed. What does he do? He just tries to defend the ball, but he thinks it's coming onto the back foot. Stops, takes that bat of his, and he's caught in cover. So, I mean, that is the pitch that is on offer. On that pitch, if you don't do anything, just stick around, stay there, runs will come, you'll get those edges, you'll get singles, doubles, it should be done. That's exactly what Pakistan need to do. But then, funnier things have happened with Pakistan team. Today is a day where they're outstanding on the field. Could also be a day where they, could be completely chaotic with the bat, who knows. But if that is not to happen, I don't see the Indian team winning it from here. If they are to do it, it will have to be a Herculean effort from the bowlers. Everyone may need to chip in. Honestly, can I see that happening? A short answer is no.
No.
I think you should take some questions as well. Why not?
Yeah, we will.
Listen to whatever.
We will.
take some
I think Sarthak Arya has a comment here that that's what happens if you prefer Dubey over Rinku. Only player to show intent was Rishabh Pant and got rewarded with a scratchy yet good innings.
Yeah, but even Pant rode his luck.
Totally.
Was dropped a couple of times, and once again, had he not got to his 42, I think Pakistan may well have been chasing well below.
Dropped
100.
a couple of times and missed about 9 of the 10 reverse sweeps. Right?
Yes.
Lest we forget.
Yeah. So,
by the way, we're talking about them having to do the basics. Pakistan have started off with 2 triples and then a single which they took off a wide. So, I mean, they're definitely just ensuring that they get enough runs, and that's the extent of it, because that's all they need to do.
Right up their alley, like Nikhil said, there is no scope of pressure. This is exactly the rated with the batters, especially the ones at the right at the top, like to operate at. So there's no real pressure. This should be like a net session for them.
If they had seen the Indian batting, they know they need not do anything senseless. The Indian batters, 7 or 8 of them did senseless things and threw their wickets away.
Correct.
Simple. So it's Pakistan's game to lose, but it will not be an easy chase. It won't. It will stretch on for 15, 16,
You
17
saw the other day as well, South Africa.
But again, that South Africa game, too many horrendous shots, and one run out that Quinton de Kock had was senseless. Absolutely ridiculous in that sense. So GGK is saying law of averages fells Virat versus Pakistan, make him 3 and bring Jaiswal for Dubey. But we are 15 runs par.
Arshdeep,
What is 15 runs par?
I mean 105.
No, that's a bit much. Priyanshu says India were 89 for 3 in 11 overs and on course for about 150, 160. But then poor shot selection from Surya, Dubey, Hardik, Pant ended up costing you. You need to bat Virat at 3 because he was the only one saving you from a collapse. Open with Jaiswal, drop Dubey.
Now Priyanshu, let us wait after this game ends, because what if India pull off a miracle?
I would still advocate what he's saying, by the way.
I remember even when we put out the 11, I think 3 of the 4 of us, I think, were of the opinion that Jaiswal should be there. We had Jaiswal, Rohit, and
for some odd reason, Bumrah hasn't been given
Bumrah
the new ball.
starting
The
the
best bowler has to be, bowling the first over, and
who's
it's
captaining?
not-
Because the last time.
Is Rohit Sharma or Hardik Pandya
Exactly,
captaining?
who's captaining? I
I'm
just
not
want to
really
know who's
able to
captaining, because the last time we saw something as bizarre as this. This was the first in the second game of the Mumbai Indians this year.
So it is evident that Mumbai Indians captaincy, if Hardik was running short of ideas, it was Rohit was guiding him. Look what's happened.
I mean, that's a bit of a reach, but sure.
But look, you're not opening with Bumrah. You're not defending 220. You're defending 120.
Exactly.
And then I don't know.
No.
I don't know what to make of Nikhil. Not opening with Bumrah. What's
Brain
going
fade.
on?
Sorry, Siddharth, I can't hear you guys very well. It's very, very windy here. You're actually
Yeah.
So the second over is being bowled by Siraj and not Bumrah.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
Arshdeep.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, this is what we saw in the Ireland game as well. I was a bit taken aback with that. I did not quite agree with that. Okay, the argument on that occasion was that, the ball is swinging a bit, so maybe going with your swing bowlers. Bumrah is anyway going to do the damage no matter what the situation. But listen, today is not the day to do any of
Exactly.
that. By the way, you did see the Pakistan bowlers bowl. All of them are swing bowlers too. It's not the swing that really troubled the Indian batters. It was that double-faced nature of the pitch when the ball stopping on got you the dismissals. Otherwise, Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma were rather comfortable in their stay while they were batting. So, and the sun is out. It's nice and bright. I told you it's going to be a hot day. It's exactly that right now. So it beats me why you wouldn't want a Jasprit Bumrah. See, the only way, as I said, right now the game 80-20 in Pakistan's favor during mid-inning of that total. You expect them to chase. How do you bring it back? Claiming the openers early. You get those openers out early, panic sets in, and it's a 60-40, 50-50 game. But you're letting go of that opportunity. I don't quite agree with that.
Exactly. So yes, Pakistan have moved to 14 for no loss in 1.4 overs, and see, this is the kind of total which we said for this Pakistan batting could be there. But then I am trusting the caliber of the Indian bowlers, especially Bumrah, and the right tactics. But already in the second over, they have not made the right tactic. You have to get in a Bumrah. He is your ultimate bet against this if you want to defend 120 and make a match out of it.
Absolutely.
I'm still maintaining it won't be an easy chase. So
You've seen enough games in New York. I think this is the 5th game.
Yeah.
And you know that even teams chasing targets of 78, 108 have also found it difficult.
Exactly.
They've taken the game past the 15 over mark to get to those many runs as well. So it's going to be that attritional game as well, and that's exactly how Pakistan would have liked it. And 14 runs already made.
maybe next
if
over there will be a
India-
Bumrah. They'll want to rotate, keep on 1-1 over, 1-1 over.
If India
That's
don't strike multiple times in the first 6 overs, then the game is done. It's as simple as that.
Yep, it might happen in that sense. So, still, I am maintaining it won't be a easy chase. I think India can very well do it. But
That's not a good thing to do.
now that is not done.
Yeah, it can call for some ICC action. You never know.
Why was Siraj doing that?
No, I think it's absolutely fine because
No,
Rizwan
no,
was
no.
trying to go back into his
No, but
career.
then he came back. But then why did he have to hit?
There was no need to.
There was no need. I'm sorry. That is where you draw the line. Okay, there is aggression, but you hit the batter. If it was a Virat Kohli, what would you have done then? I mean, if Virat Kohli was hit, wouldn't he have had an outrage over it?
Exactly.
That's
He
why.
didn't try to hit the batter, he wanted to hit the stumps. It's as simple as that.
But that's a very fine line.
Yeah, you need
But
to
okay,
feel-
we'll discuss on that later. Okay,
Yeah,
so
for now-
it's 14 for no loss. Let's see how can India manage it. So bye bye from me, Harshad, Sid, and Shane. Subscribe to Sports Today.